Hey guys, this is the second fanfic I am going to upload today, since the first one was really short, and this one is called 6 Sentences Dareable Completion of Teen Crafted. So basically, it's by the girl whose fanfics are Kuru Mecha. Um, the fanfics include Skybox, Merome, Seto Cell, Dead MU, etc. And here we go. Getting right into it. Ty's touch always sent tingles through Sky's body. He loved them, the small shoulders up his spine. He would often hold Ty's hand and let it and tell him how cold it was. But the brunette would always just say it was fine. But it was just the way he was. Sky would smile and hold it in both his hands, trying to warm it away, even though it never worked. His body would never be warm ever again, but he always let Sky do what he wanted. If it made him feel good, curling his transparent tail around the tall brunette waist as he held his hand. Chapter 1. So that was Chapter 1, Sky, Ty's Touch, Skylock. Chapter 2, Jason's Love, Ted MU. Jason loved space. Everybody knew that. The brunette would always be talking about how he'd land on a new planet that no one ever had before, or who had claimed to be it, and name it of his star. No one questioned the absolute F his dream. No one, even though he might like something more than space. That's why no one ever noticed the small looks of admiration he netted at Ty. Okay? That was cute. Okay. Merone, Chapter 3, Regret. There were days that Mitch honestly thought their relationship was a big joke. Film also joked about it in videos. Mitch, of course, played along, even if it did hurt inside. Eating put in pretty much everyone at this point was using hashtag Merome, and it pissed him off as much as Ty's foot did Ty's fish for Quentin did. Everyone was already taking it as a funny joke. Fangirls were going crazy, and it made Mitch sad. He got it every time the guys said he and Jerome started dating. That's just mean! For Mitch's smile, Merome. Mitch was always different. He smiled triumphantly whenever they would win in the Hunger Games. He smiled slyly whenever he thought up a prank on one of their friends. He smiled cheerfully when he would play mini games with their friends. He smiled goofily whenever he would screw something up, scratching the back of his neck, chuckling. Mitch had a lot of smiles, but one was just for Jerome. A soft, loving smile that the Canadian gave him while saying, "I love you," or when they cuddled. Thunderstorm and cuddles. Skylock. Ah! Ty bolted up in his bed, a cold sweat, a roar stunning him, panting slightly and wrapping his arms around himself. He scooped his blanket and slowly tucked out of the room down the hallway. His last one left. He knocked gently, then harder, until the very disheveled Sky, with a nice bad head, opened the door, looking him up and down. "Can I maybe sleep with you today?" Ty asked gently, bringing the blanket closer and trudging inside when Sky moved and gave him room to enter. Sure, the taller giant sat cracking, falling back into bed where Ty was already seated and hugged him from behind, whispering good night before falling asleep. Chapter 6. Sickness and Nurse. Seto's Soul. I honestly don't know what that is. "Come on! Do I really need to feed it to you?" Bruce asked, tapping his spoon against the bowl of chicken soup. Seto just wordlessly nodded and pulled the blanket further up his body, hiding his red neck. He would blush, but Bryce was already start feeding him spoonfuls of the soup. The cheeks were already red from cold. He finished the soup in a few minutes, Bryce getting in between and taking the spoon away from his arms. Go to sleep, Bryce whispered, and he leaned down for a kiss on the forehead. It'll get better in no time. Why? Morone. Why? Weren't the Morone jokes enough already? Why did Mitch have to hurt him this way too? Why did Adam even agree to it? Wasn't he supposed to know better? Why was telling with some fangirls really worth shattering his heart? Aww. Vine. Chapter 8. Vine. Morone. Joan pushed inside the room as soon as the doctors left and deemed it fine for him. He saw in the chair next to the bed where his best friend laid, the white blanket covering his body and tubes running into his arms. Canadian just looking at him with sparkling chocolate eyes and a soft smile on his lips. What did you do that? Jerome asked, shaking his head as he ran his hand through his fur. Mitch laughed wildly and chuckled. I did it for the vine. Is that supposed to be a picture? Okay. Chapter 9. A joke. Mitch point of view. Morale. We need these for buttons. Mitch. Yes. I love you. What? You do? Hashtag Rome. Hashtag Rome. Hashtag Rome. Why? Why did Jerome always have to be cool? Mitch let the tears roll down his cheek, not even trying to hide his gaze in the barely saw picture that Jerome set to his face. The picture was taunting him. Didn't Jerome realize how much it hurt? Why did he have to just be a sick joke? 10. A joke. Jerome's point of view. Morale. Mitch. We need this for Ben. Mitch. Yes, I love you. What? Do you? Hashtag Morome. Hashtag Morome. Hashtag Morome. It just slipped out before it could even comprehend it. He rolled with it, just making it into a joke that Mitch started. But now, sitting alone after the recording, he couldn't stop, the tears rolling down his cheeks. A joke. That's what it is. And always would be. 11. Jerome's teeth. Morale. This girl really likes Morome. Jerome's teeth. Mitch was fascinated by them. The way they could just tear apart a fish with its bones, but could also gently nip at his ear. He loved it when he and Jerome would kiss and the bogger got so into it, he forgot to be careful and cut Mitch's lip. Jerome always flooded him with apologies, but he didn't mind it in the first place. Most of all, he loved when Jerome would bite down, and his shoulder harshly muffled the sound as it came. There would always be marks, wouldn't fade for days, sometimes even weeks. Mitch loved them. They like a brand, and marked Mitch as Jerome. He loved the feeling that he belonged to vodka. Chapter 12. Worry. Dialogue. Ty shook his head, turning the camera on as they left alone the call. The recording session over. Are you sure you're okay? Ty asked, considering clearly twirling his face. Yeah, I'm fine, Adam murmured, flashing him a small smile that reassured them that just a headache now. Dude, if anything worsens, call me, okay? He demanded. I have no problem coming over right now. You're overreacting, Adam waved in his hand pistol, making Ty pout. Seriously, dude, I worry about you, Ty said at the end of the call, shaking his head at Adam's stubbornness and not make him worry. 2 months. Dialogue. He cluttered the papers tightly and scattered them between his fingers as he reread that he knew that they'd be there again and again. Ty's considered gaze never left him, slightly asking if he was okay. He wasn't. The paper said 2 months. 2 months before his brain would be overtook by the tumor. He bit his lip, balling the paper and throwing it into the bin and looking at his best friend. He didn't want to worry him. And that was the last one. So 13 chapters of fanfics about Team Crafted. And yeah, it was cute. I have to say there's some good ones. My favorites were probably Regret, Chapter 3, Marome, A Joke, Mitch points of view, and 10, Drone's point of view of a joke, 12 and 13, Skylock's Worry in 2 months. They're just like really cute, and I do not, just don't go to the actual people. Like, they all know it's jokes. It's not real. Just fangirl, just fangirl. Don't get anywhere. And, with that, I'm gonna close it here. See y'all dudes tomorrow.